Hello everyone, and this tutorial I'm gonna teach you how to perform the installation of the Trail Tracker app on your developer org and how to set things up. So first of all, we're gonna navigate to trailhead.salesforce.com and right after that I'm gonna log in. At the upper right button of the screen, in my case I always use my LinkedIn account to log into my Trailhead profile. And once you are on your Trailhead profile, you will go to your DevOrgs list, clicking on your profile picture at the top right of the screen. Go to hands-on orgs, and then just in case you don't have any available space to create a new DevOrg, you just disconnect one of them. I'm gonna disconnect the oldest one, and I'm gonna create a new org, a new, with what they call playground. I'm gonna give the name as Trail Tracker Tutorial and hit the create button. So it may take a few minutes in order to create your new DevOrg, your new playground, and once it is completed, once it is done, you just look for it. It will probably be the first one at the top, and click the button named launch. And then once you are in your DevOrg, you're gonna go to the setup, which is this cog at the upper right part of the screen. Hit setup, and then you will look for AppExchange, this global search at the top of the screen. So just type AppExchange. Now AppExchange is similar to a Play Store app for the ones who use Android, where you can find lots of applications developed by Salesforce, or even any user who create functionality and application to help out other Salesforce platform users. It's a very interesting place to look for things that probably you might not be able to do due to a lack of knowledge or due to a lack of time. There is always something ready made on this AppExchange marketplace. So we click on the AppExchange application, pop-up window will show up, and then we can look for the trail track on the AppExchange home search. So just type trail tracker, hit enter, and then it will be one of the first applications available, which is this one, is the Trail Tracker by Trailhead. Click on it. Now the Trail Tracker is an application in which you will be able as an administrator to track all your users' badges and their development through the Trailhead website. Whenever they are doing any badges or any trails or trail mixes, all this data will be synchronized to your trail tracker application inside Salesforce. Now this is a very useful thing whenever you want to have a look at what your colleagues are doing inside the Trailhead platform, or even a way to make them feel more motivated in case they are spending too much time in a badge or any other of these trails. They will you as an administrator will have lots of useful data to check how your colleagues, your collaborators are performing. So next step here is to click at this button at the end of the window called Get It Now. They will probably ask you to log in and something like that, and then you click on the open login screen. You just have to allow this access, just like when you are opening an app on a cell phone for the first time, that they ask for some permissions before you are really able to use them. Just click allow. And then I will install this app in this org, as I really don't have a sandbox org. Now sandbox normally is used to have things tested before really have them deployed on real production org. Just click install here, check this checkbox, I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions, and confirm and install. Now I can have it installed for all users, independently if they are admins or any user with lower access. In this case, it doesn't really matter for this application itself. Click the install button. You are going to have to approve third-party access. Just check the box and continue. And then it might take some time to have it installed. So as it takes some time to get the application installed to your org, you will see a message on the on that popped up window saying that once it is done, you will receive an email in your mailbox that you use to create your Trailhead profile, saying that the installation is done. So I have just received the email. Package Trail Tracker install successful, and that's it. Let's just refresh this page, remembering that we are at the setup page. And then if I click here, which is called the app launcher, that looks like 9 little dots, we can look for the Trail Tracker application, which is here. So you just have to start typing trail, and then you will find it very fast. Well, the next step here is to set up the application. So we click at this tab here, Trailhead Setup. And then we are going to have to fill some information up. So credentials and settings will be the first step on our setup. So to authenticate and sync data with the Trailhead API, you need to enter a username, password, and security token for your production org in their respective fields below. Even if this is a sandbox org, you will still need to enter your production credentials. Remember, if this user's credentials change, you will need to update this setting so that the sync can run properly. Choose at least one type of license for the users you would like to sync data for. Standard may include licenses such as Salesforce, Salesforce Platform, and Identity. If you are unsure, just choose Standard. If you are using a custom domain, add only the domain name, example Acme, and not the fully qualified domain name, example https //acme.my.salesforce.com. So this is not the one you have to use in case you use a my domain, or it will not work. You will also need to create a remote site setting in setup with the fully qualified domain name, example acme.my.salesforce.com. If you are not using a custom domain or are not sure if you are using a custom domain, simply leave this field blank. The custom domain, or something you set up in my domain, is just to change this animal name domain that is a standard for dev orgs on Salesforce. Then you can customize this part here, mindful hawk, and this key for TUYZ. You can, for example, set up like trail tracker tutorial hyphen dev add will be standard, and dev add will be like devadd.my.salesforce.com. But this is just to have your own customized URL. Well, here this is not mandatory, but it's like a good practice when you are installing Trail Tracker. The good practice is to create an integration user. And how do we do that? Like, we will get like a standard profile settings and clone it with a different name and remove some permissions, and have it just with the purpose of data synchronization. Because let's imagine I use my own profile for data synchronization, and after 6 months I will not be working. Let's imagine I won't be working in this organization anymore, so I will have problems when my user gets deactivated. So it's always good to create integration user. So to do that, we are going to the setup. Just remember where it is. Just click the cog at the top right of the screen, and right now I'm gonna go to look for profile at this internal search box. We'll look for a standard profile, standard user profile, and click clone. Let's just give it a name like Trail Tracker Integration and click save. So as this Trail Tracker integration profile we have created is just for installation purpose, nobody's going to be using this profile, so we can remove some of the permissions here. Just remember, like, the API enable always have to be on, otherwise the synchronization won't work. So the ones I'm gonna the access I'm gonna remove are gonna be from accounts or some of the standard things of Salesforce. Accounts, cases, contacts, orders. It's just like they will have to have, like, it's a good practice to let this profile with minimum access. On the other hand, the things related to Trail Tracker I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna make them accessible for this profile. Then I click on save. Now that I have created this profile, I'm gonna create the user that I'm gonna use for this integration and synchronization and the setup process. So I'm gonna go to users and click a new user. So the first name I'm gonna give it Trail Tracker. Trail Tracker, and last name integration. The email should be a valid email one, so I'm gonna use one of my secondary emails. And the username always have to be a unique username through all the orgs on Salesforce, but they have to have an email format. Even though if they are not real emails, they will have to have an email format. So let me just check if an email for Play 2 is available. Another thing will be the user license. This user license will have to be Trail Tracker integration, the one we have just done. Well, we are good to go. We have created our integration user. So I'm gonna reset this password, then I will receive an email, reset my password, and log in as this username we have just created, and then I will tell you how to get the token you will need for the setup. So once you receive your developer edition login information, just click the link provided at the email and then choose a new password. So once you create a password, you will be automatically logged in your org. If I just click my profile button, not my profile button but settings, you will see that I am logged in as Trail Tracker integration. So once you reset your password, just to recap, you reset your password, you're gonna be automatically directed to the org with that user you create the password. You're gonna click on your profile picture on the top right of the screen and go to settings. So once you are in settings, you will look for the reset my security token. Click on it and click on the reset security token button. So once you click the reset security token button, you will receive the number of the token, not the number because we also have letters, so you will receive the token on your email that we're gonna use to set up Trail Tracker on your org. So you just check your email. Your developer edition security token. So this is the token for that Trail Tracker integration user we have created. So now I'm gonna log out as this Trail Tracker user to be able to log in again as an administrator. So I just went back to my hands-on org list and clicked launch. So, well, once you are on the Trail Tracker app, go to Trailhead setup. Then you are gonna fill in these fields: production user name. So the production username we created for the integration, the Trail Tracker integration user, was name4play2@yahoo.com.br. Production password is the regular password you resetted before through the link on your email, and the production security token is the token you have just asked under the settings on the Anime 4 Play 2 user profile. Now the license types are the license of the users that you are going to track the badges. So let's say you just want to track badges of users who are under shatter free profile. I really recommend that you give them shatter free profile, because on the DevOrg editions you are able to distribute 5,000 of shatter free profiles. So if you want to track 5,000 users badges, just choose the shatter free profile. Standard, normally I guess you will have up to less than 20 standard profiles available for distribution on Trailhead orgs. So once I fill in the username, production password, security token of this username, choose the license type of the users I want to have their badge synced, I click save. So the login credentials and settings were successfully updated and the sync job has been placed in the queue for processing. Check the debug logs report for more info. So now the debug logs is like a report that will have information related to successful things done or error messages. So the next step of this setup is the data synchronization. So data synchronization we set up right here, and we choose a daily schedule that every day at a specific time of the day the Trail Tracker application will do this data synchronization. Well, as we don't have any user available inside our Trail Tracker app, any user who we can track their badges, I'm gonna create a test user just for give you some example of badge synchronization and data synchronization in general. So I'm just gonna choose one of my Trailhead testing accounts to do this synchronization. So for this purpose, let's imagine you are adding users in your day-by-day use of the Trail Tracker, and you will have, of course, to add users whenever they come up to your organization. So let's recap how we add users. So we go to the setup option, the cog right at the upper part on the right side of the screen. Then under administration, or just click in the quick find for users. And then click new user. So this will be test user 1. The email should be the same email that the person used to sign in on Trailhead. If this information diverge, the synchronization won't work. So I'm gonna use an email here, which is the same email I used on another Trailhead profile. So username that should be unique and in an email format, and this user license, as I said before, is gonna have the shatter free user license and the profile shatter free user. Then I click save. Now, before continuing, we have to create a permission set for our users to be able to access Trailhead objects, badge objects, and etc. So to do that, I'm gonna click permission set under administration and users, label it with a name like badge object access. The API name will have exactly almost the same name with the difference of the underscore. In this case, I'll just click save. And under apps and assigned apps, I'm gonna click edit, and look for Trailhead app Trail Tracker. From available apps, I look for it, click add, and now it's an enable app, and save. Now that the permission set is done, I go to my users and I'm gonna give this permission set, I'm gonna enable it for the integration user because I want it to have access to the app. So under permission set assignments, click edit assignment, badge object access, and now so I'll give all the other permissions related to the trail tracker objects, even though they are not really necessary, just for as no one is gonna be using this profile. Well, and right after that, we are good to connect our organization to our user Trailhead profile. So to do that, ask your user to do the following. First of all, your user will have to log into its Trailhead profile. In this case, I use an email form. Whenever you sign in on Trailhead through a simple email, every time you log in, you will receive a code on your email to log in. You don't have to add any kind of password. So we have just received. A login code. It's just a temporary code, so no problem showing it. Now, as you can see, this test user has just one badge, and that's the badge I want to synchronize into my Trail Tracker application. So to do that, I'm going to ask my user to click on its profile picture and go to settings. And they are gonna connect their profile to the org. But first things first, they will have to have their own password inside the organization. So the test user, we're gonna reset its password, and then they will receive an email with the link to create their own password. So once they reset the password, they'll be good to go. Now we can click on logout. Alright, and let's continue. So we click on the connect button under connect accounts. And we'll ask them to use their Trail Tracker username, which in this case was this one. And the password they have just resetted. Looks like something went wrong. Well, of course, it's because the username is incorrect. There is no .br in the end. Remember, this was a shatter-free profile, so they will probably just have access to chatter-free. So we will receive verification code in our email and the user email. Verify your identity in Salesforce. So this is what the user gets when they connect their Salesforce, their Trailhead profile into your organization. click on verify. Then link your Salesforce account. Do you want to link your Salesforce account? Then the name of the user to the TrailBlazer Me account. Click on link account, and that's it. So this means that that user you have just added to your Trail Tracker organization. This means that the user is good to have their data in the Trailhead synchronized into your application. So right now it's 5:34. We are going to go back to this part of the screen and do a data synchronization for at 5:36, like 2 minutes from now. Your task was scheduled to run daily, see job ID, blah 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 for more details, and then we're just gonna wait this 2 minutes to check if everything went well. So I just pause the video to wait up for this 2 minutes. Right beside the data synchronization we have the logging options, so we can just customize the debug level to show general information and errors only, information only, or no logging. So this means that when you go to the debug logs, just type debug logs on the global search box at the top of the screen. Click the debug logs. So as it is showing all types of information, you will get information, and if there were any errors, they would be here under the severity. So here some useful information is that there was a user badge upserting of 1 user badge record, user trail mix upserting of 2 user trail mix records, and load users inserting of 1 Trailhead user data records. So as we just got information about them and no errors, it means that the synchronization of that user we just added and connected to the org was successful. So if I click home right on this horizontal menu bar, the Trail Tracker menu, you will see that we have some odd information like quarterly performance, today's events and tasks, assistant. This means that we are having this information because this is the standard information that every Salesforce org will have once you create your playground organization, your dev org. So to customize these and have only charts related to the Trail Tracker is quite simple. You just click at this cog, the same that you use to go to the setup, and click on edit page. Then you will be redirected. You will be directed to the Lightning App Builder. It's very nice because we can just drag and drop, remove things, and add other objects through this left menu here. So I'm gonna remove all this useless, for this case, information. Now you can see that there are 5 different spaces to add some components, but I will only want 1 chart with Trail Tracker information. So on the right side of the screen under template, I'm gonna click change and choose a home template of one region and click next. Now under the component list, I'm gonna look for dashboard. I'm gonna drag and drop the dashboard to the canvas. And now the dashboard, as I am customized the Trail Tracker app, the dashboard is related to this app, and here we have the information that we're going to be seeing when we activate. Then I click save right here at the top right side of the screen, and I'm gonna activate it for as an org default. Then when I click the return icon and go to home, I have all the useful information which I will use to track information of my users inside my Trail Tracker application. So the test user one we have just created has a record count of 1 badge, and if I want to see which badge he or she earned, I can click on view reports to check the total badges. And it was a Trailhead and TrailBlazer community badge, like the first badge that we are able, one of the first badges we are able to get inside of the Salesforce, inside Trailhead. If I go back to the home screen and click on test user 1, I'm gonna be directed to the test user profile, and I can also add some useful information on our users profile page, such as their badges and assigned badge number and etc. So I'm gonna click the cog icon, go to the edit page, and it's a similar process that we did before, but at this time we're not gonna remove anything. We're just gonna look for this custom managed components like user badge count and user badge list. Just drag and drop, and a place you think will fit, and that is what the user will see on his profile page. One completed badge, the number of in progress badges, the ones that have been assigned, and the trail badge earned so far. Just click save and activate it as an org default. Just choose the radio button for desktop and phone, so this information will be available on desktop version or mobile version. So as you can see here, assigned, none of badges have been assigned to this user or trail mix, etc. To finish this tutorial, I'm gonna show you how we assign badges and trail mixes. So if we click on badges, we will see an available list of all standard badges we can get inside Salesforce. Then if I click on the new button, no, I'm sorry. Then if I click on one of these badges, let's say billing specialist, we will have some useful information like the name, a description, the URL of this badge inside Trailhead. And then if I click on the related tab, user badge, just click new. Then I will have this new window here. I'm gonna select the user I want to complete this badge. The status is assigned. I will choose an assigned start date and an end date and click save. Now this information, this badge assignment will have no reflection on the Trailhead profile of the user, but when the user logs in the org, he will have a message on the chatter that a person has assigned a badge for him or her to do. So let's just take a look at it. So when you go to this page here, login.salesforce.com, this is the standard page in which the users log into any org they are inserted. So the user just log in with his or her username, use the password that they previously resetted, and now they are inside your org. So right now this user is able to see lots of things because we haven't changed any of their permission. So if I go to shatter, you can see a message. A new badge has been assigned to you, billing specialist, and then there will be a link that they will click and gonna be directed to the billing specialist subject, which is a super badge. And whenever they finish it, and the next day, that time that we set up, 5:36 p.m., they will their badges, and if they have finished it, will be synchronized into Salesforce. But as you can see on the home screen, there is no in their home screen, there is no information about the individual badge they have been assigned to. But let's say I will assign a trail mix for the user. So I go to trail mix, just click and this little arrow down, click on it and go to list views all. Let's choose the first one, AppExchange Trail Mix. Remember, these trail mixes are the standard trail mix created by Salesforce. In case your users have custom trail mixes done, once they are doing it and they have finished, this custom trail mix will be available inside your Trail Tracker app once they synchronize information. So to assign a trail mix, you click the trail mix you want to assign. You will have similar information as the regular badges, and you will click on assign users. Then in this new window, you look for the user, which is test user 1. Click the plus sign, click next. Then the date, this date is the due date, so I'm gonna assign today and expect them to finish it in a month. Then I submit. Now there will be a process of assign the trail mix to the user, which you can take a look at the debug logs if everything went well. And if everything went well, this user will have this assigned trail mix reflected on its profile. So to check that, under the Learn tab, click Trail Mixes and assign to me. Actually, here is due tomorrow. Probably, I don't know why, but it should be at least a month, but no problem. So this is the AppExchange Trail Mix assigned as we have just assigned to the person. And if I unassign, just click the Unassigned Users button, click the minus symbol, the trail mix will be available but not assigned, will be under the in progress option. Alright. Well, so just recapping things, whenever you assign an individual badge, the user will have this information once they are logged into your org. And I have just tested things here, so they were able to see the charts of Trail Tracker and things like that, because there was a bug with because I was logged in with my administrator account and the testing account at the same time. But regularly when they log in on the your org under the Salesforce Chatter Free profile, they will have only access to the Chatter Free. So there is no way they will be able to go to the Trail Tracker, as it's not available under apps on the app launcher. So they won't see how other people are doing except themselves. So in case you don't see the information at first hand of the badges you have been assigned to, you just change from this link here to me or company highlights, they will be under one of these sessions. And if I click on my profile icon and click on my name, I'm going to go to my profile page, and then I can see all the information of the badges. Alright, so that's it, how we assign badges, trail mixes, and how we set up things on Trail Tracker.